Derby are staying up. That's all we need to talk about on this week's episode of Where Rams Walk. Who cares about anything else in football? Derby County are still a championship side. Ian says, well done, those men. Really, really well done. And Nico says, looking at the photograph now, at this stage, that's just pornography, which is brilliant, Nico. We've got Luke, Peyton, and Stace back with us to chat all things. The worst game anyone's ever watched, as it was 0-0 against Stoke City. We're also talking about Langas, the Warrior, our opening fixture desires for next season, and what's been our season highlight. We're delighted to have you back with us for the final episode of this season. Right, Luke, talk us through your heart rate, emotions from minute 0 to minute 90.
I mean, I was very confident going into it, really. I think there was probably 1% because football's football. You never know what's going to happen, do you? But no, wasn't worried at all. Like you say, filtering through the ground, goals going in and all this. But now when West Brom went 3-1 up, I thought, yeah, that's it now. Luke not going back from that. But yeah, the game on a whole was, Lord Almighty. It was, I reckon at some point there must have been a gentleman's agreement. You don't do out, we don't do out. But no, I'm just relieved overall. Back staying in the championship, buzzing.
Absolutely. Weird atmospheres, I'm guessing, Stace, given that both Stoke and Derby celebrating that West Brom goal together. Were you less confident than Luke?
No, 100% confident. I don't think I've ever been to the ground feeling that calm. It's just, I just had no doubt whatsoever that we would be going down. We were always going to stay up. Just felt really, really relaxed.
That result at Hull, Peyton, put everything to bed, didn't it, in terms of you having to worry had that goal not gone in at Hull. That whole ground's a little bit more nervous, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that the whole result was probably the game that kept us up anyway. And I'll be honest, I don't think no matter what happened on the final day against Stoke, we'd have gone down. I think the results would have gone our way. And I mean, they did. Luton lost 5-3 or whatever it was, FIFA scores. But yeah, we're back in the championship next season. I said we would be. So yeah.
Absolutely. And there's one man we've got to thank for that, hasn't it, really? This man and his staff will take us places. We're so lucky to have him. Eustace's Barmy Army. Yes, so Luke, how far can he take you? We're not going to ask you for season predictions for next season just yet. That's grossly unfair. But does he generally excite you?
Yeah, absolutely. Massively excites me with what he's done with the squad we've got now. What he did with Birmingham, what he did with Blackburn before he left. I think we've got, I'd say, arguably top five manager in the championship. Easy, no bias at all. I'm really, really looking forward to next season now. Recruitment-wise, I'm looking forward to it. He'll probably want to play his 4-2-3-1, so he'll probably need the players for that. So I'm very, very excited for next season.
Yeah, recruitment's going to be massive, isn't it? We'll come and chat more about that in a second. Let's talk about Langas, though. Stace, because he did the interviews after the game. Jem says he's an absolute warrior. If that's how good he is at 65%, I can't wait to see him fully fit, tearing up the championship next season. What a player! Lewis says, "I love the guy. What a player he's going to be with two legs." He's played through injury, hasn't he, Stace? What a warrior!
It's been an absolute colossus. He showed that glimpse in that when he played at Norwich at Carrow Road of his pace, and then we've not really seen a bit of warrior stuff of the next home game, and we've not really seen his pace since because he's been carrying that knock. We don't really know what it is, but clearly I think he's booked in for an operation either tomorrow or Tuesday. But yeah, it's been outstanding. Doesn't put a foot wrong, and I think he's going to warm to Championship football next season.
So a couple more here, Peyton, please. Paul says 1 more year. Stefan says 10 more years. 10 more years. Yeah. Surely he gets a 1 year, doesn't he?
I think I'm not.
And a statue.
Oh, the statue's got to be done. But the year, I think if it's a 1 year, it's got to be a year where he's going to be coaching a lot more than playing, and he's going to be in the squad a lot less. I feel like he's been incredible in the all season, to be honest with you. And I'm so happy when he's on the pitch. He's always putting 100% in for Derby, and I mean, he put the ball in for Phillips' goal. He gets better with age, and he has been really good. However, I think sometimes you got to hopefully upgrade him a little bit, but keep him around the squad because we do love Forsyth, and get the statue middle of the pitch.
Brill. And then we suppose we must mention the owner, Luke. Ben says, in the end, credit to Klaus. He got the tough decision of getting rid of Warne and bringing in Eustace at the right time. It was a very good appointment. And also credit to Warne, because whilst we were in a position we shouldn't have been in, our goal difference was far better than the teams around us. That's a fair point, isn't it? You haven't really been a point where Derby had been battered too much. You could argue QPR, I think, wasn't it? Maybe it was a one time, but you haven't really been torn up like when Portsmouth and Oxford have been, have leaked goals. Do you agree with that post that Klaus deserves a bit of credit and so does Warne?
Yeah, I actually do agree with that. I mean, I think the start of the season one, we had some decent results, and like you say, when we was losing, we weren't getting absolutely hammered every week. It was like a 1-0, a 2-1, something like that. It wasn't anything crazy. But yeah, Klaus did what he had to do. He maybe could have done it a little bit earlier, so he wouldn't leave it to the last day and everyone's biting the nails. But yeah, fair play to him. He got rid of him, knew what he had to do, and he got the right man in.
Yes, Stace, what do we need then so we're not here this time next season? Because I think it's fair to say, isn't it, Birmingham and Wrexham are going to be stronger than perhaps people would imagine a two promoted sides to be. They're going to bring lots of money into it.
Yeah, I think the relegated and promoted teams will add depth to the league. I think it's probably been a relatively weak league this year in that sense. So yeah, I think it'll be stronger next year. What we need is definitely some pace on the wings, 2 or 3 strikers, because we're very short up front, a bit more in midfield and a little bit more at the back. But it's going to be a very interesting summer. I can see quite a lot of changes. Would imagine the retained list will probably end up letting 10 to 13 players go. So big changes, but I think Eustace is the perfect man to make those changes and shape that squad the way he wants it.
Okay. Oh, right then. I'm going to forget talking about next season, except for one question, Peyton. Fixtures will be out June. First home game, first away game. I mean, you had it a little bit tough, I suppose, this time around. But who would you, in particular, ones you'd want first? To the warm summer's sun.
I'd say one. I think first game of the season, you want it to be at home. Maybe a 3:00 kickoff against, I don't know, Norwich. Just a nice game with a championship team and a game like that. But I think realistically, it's going to be Wrexham away, 8:00 kickoff on the Friday, because that's all that ever happens to Derby.
Well, that's the one you don't want, isn't it? Wrexham away, first game of the season. Luke, any preferences?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like somewhat, I say fairly easy. You don't know who's going to be easy for a new season, but just to get into the stride, like that. But somewhere in the back, I don't think this will happen, but somewhere creeping, it's going to be like, we're going to get Leicester at home or something silly like that, something stupid like that. But I'd probably like Stockport, because I want Stockport to go up. So if Stockport went up, I'd love to have Stockport. That'd be a really nice one to have.
Yeah, okay. Good shouts. Right, time to reflect down on the whole season. First of all, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you that have watched and supported the channel over the course of this season. We've done a massive amount of these, 39 of them in total. I mean, I'm worn out talking and listening to Derby County, but we massively appreciate this. It's so hard to grow any new content on YouTube, but we've got big plans for next year, including being downloadable format for you to listen to as well. And just a big shout out, of course, to Luke and Stace for all your work in the second half of this season. It's been a delight to work with you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. And of course, Peyton, who's been with us since day one. I think we've got a video somewhere, if I can find it, of your first predictions. We'll see if we can get that on in a second. But what for you, Luke, has been your season highlight?
My season highlight will be doing the best business in the whole of the season, spending 500k on a manager when we was dead and buried, and he's saved us and kept us in this league. The bloke is God. He's the man. Spending 500k and he's done it. That is the highlight of this season.
Stace?
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree. Off the pitch, getting used to Sid. He came through that door, and I don't think there was any doubt in his mind that we were staying up. And he's instilled that confidence in the team. But on the pitch, West Brom away.
Brilliant.
On Easter Monday.
Okay. All right, Peyton. Let's see if I've got this video. Let me see if I've got this video somewhere. Here we go.
17.
I've got it somewhere now. Did you hear that? Was that here?
Where would Derby finish this season?
17th.
17th. There you go.
So close.
So close.
If we'd have won, we would have been 17th.
Yeah.
If we'd have won, we would have been 17th. So close.
Right, that was back in August. Your season highlight, Peyton?
I'd have to go. I mean, I agree with the Eustace appointment, but I mean, so it's a random one, but Middlesbrough at home, the first win back in the Championship. I think the fact that we competed against Borough, I mean, the goal was horrible, but we didn't care. It just showed that we were going to be a Championship side, and it was a bit of a rough season all overall, and ups and downs, very roller coaster like, but that showed we could compete.
Bill. Right. I'm guessing for all of you, it's going to feel very weird next Saturday morning, waking up and there's no Pride Park to get ready for, or no Derby County to watch. Yeah, it's a sickener for all of us no football. But who do you want to go up in the playoffs? Just very quickly, Luke. Who are you getting behind?
Bristol City.
Yeah, Stace.
Bristol City.
Peyton.
I'll go with Bristol City as well, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, I think the whole country's behind them. Right, thank you so much again for all your support and all your love on this channel this year. We hope you had a really good summer. Do join us again in August when we'll do it all over again as we look ahead to a brand new Championship season. Thank you. The Rams are staying up. Thanks for joining us.